What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new crypto TV episode. In today's video, we'll be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as XLM to BTC and Veros VRS to BTC. Otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up if you like the content and want to see more. Otherwise, jumping into...
Did he think you like?
I don't know if I know that one.
You don't like it. What? Look it up. Get out and vote.
It's not her.
On YouTube?
No. Thank you. Next. Thank you.
Today's episode, what you guys saw in the intro was from yesterday night. I did go out to a sushi place. It was my mom's birthday, so happy birthday to her if she's watching. So otherwise, it was brought to my concern a couple topics. Obviously, we're going to check out Litecoin and see whether or not it is doomed or bound to head down, as well as a coin called Veros, VRS. That was brought to my attention by a couple of you guys on the coin market cap and in my comments. It's definitely an interesting coin, and I do want to discuss a little bit more about that. I apologize if I sound a little bit groggy. It is early in the morning. I am making the video early. I do have a bunch of stuff to get done today, so I don't know if I would have been able to make one later on. But otherwise, here I am. Let's dive into today's episode. So we're currently on the coin market cap, and as you guys can see, a couple of positive things to take note of. The market cap is trading at 125. We have a 24-hour volume of 20.9 bill and a Bitcoin dominance of 53.4. So we're seeing an increased or a decreased amount of Bitcoin dominance or an increased amount of altcoin share within the market. So dominance being down is an indicator that altcoins or cryptos are moving up. You know, that is definitely a good sign if you do hold more than just Bitcoin. 24-hour volume is 20.9 bill, which also is a very nice thing to see. Volume means that coins are moving. It could be in a negative or it could be in a positive. In this case, it is green, so we are positive. 20.9, that's about $6 to $7 billion more than yesterday. We're going to see why that is. And then a market cap of 125. I think we're at like 110, 115 yesterday. So around a 10% gain in market cap as well, or 10 billion gain in market cap. So that's huge too. Scrolling down, you guys can see beautiful, beautiful, beautiful numbers all across the board. Everything is green, and there are some coins that are up quite a bit. Practically everything is up double digits. Litecoin, Bitcoin is up 7%, almost 8%. XRP is up 13.9 at 38 cents. Bitcoin is at $3,844, heading to $4,000. We see Litecoin up 5.8, kind of a small gainer today, but it is above the $30 mark, $30.81. The biggest jumper is Bitcoin Cash at 121, up 32%. Otherwise, Bitcoin SV, Tron are up 15 to 16%, but massive double digits all across the board. Practically everything is up double-digit green, which is obviously beautiful to see. Stratus is up 50% in the last 24 hours. That's absolutely wild, but definitely a good market. We did call that at $22 for Bitcoin, sorry, $22 for Litecoin was definitely the time to buy into. But moving on to the subject of the matter, Veros, VRS to Veros, VRS, whatever you want to call it, is a coin that I did want to look at and discuss. A lot of you guys were telling me that this coin made some pretty phenomenal jumps in the past couple of days, so I did want to just check that out. Veros is trading at 50 cents. It is 13.2%. On the day, which is, you know, fairly good. Just showing you guys the marks here. Now, I believe this is all, so I do want to show you the month. Let's do the monthly chart. I know this is going to take ever so often to load up, but hopefully it does, and then we can discuss why this is quite a concern to me. A couple of people have commented in the past that this coin shot up quite a bit, you know, up almost 1,000% since when it started, and I did want to just discuss and look at that. So we saw in the past that it was trading at 1 penny back in November 20th of 2018. That's literally last month. Last month, this coin was almost 2 cents and shot all the way up to $1.24. That is a massive surge in price. We then see it pummel all the way back down, similar to BitConnect's chart, fell all the way back down to, again, 1 penny, and you can see it's growing all the way up. It is now 50 cents. That is 5,000% gains, if my math is correct, from 1 penny to 50. That is a massive, massive, massive jump. And obviously, there is definitely some money to be made in this cryptocurrency. Now, I do want to look at why this is. I had to do some background research because to me this seems almost too good to be true, and this was also a big scare. We see a coin go from 1 penny up to $1.24. That is an insane amount of gain. So maybe my math's wrong, maybe it's not 5,000%. I thought it was, but $1 penny to $1.24 is up quite a bit, and you could definitely make a crap ton of money off of that. But then to see this massive drop does raise some concern. So I did just do a little bit more background information, or did a little more of a background check into this coin to kind of figure out what the heck this was. So Veros token showed a 106% jump growth in 1 day. Among the general market fall and panic, there are tokens that not only remain stable but demonstrate steady growth that can even be called explosives. Veros token increased by 150% to take 63rd place. Among the general market fall, the panic, there are tokens that not only remain stable but demonstrate steady growth that can even be called explosive. Just in 1 day, the cost of a Veros token increased by 150%, which also called or allowed it to take 63rd%. Even it has a Twitter. Veros top 63 in the world. The whole financial system and crypto world is hard bubble. People are not interested in the product. They are following FOMO. We must pursue higher goals and strive to make the world a better place. So I continued to do my research because it still sounded a little too good to be true. It says the Veros DApp and DWeb platform provides the ability to run more cost-effective fundraisers while synonymously helping to improve land quality. Veros is a decentralized platform and offers additional security, privacy, and transparency. Let's see how transparent this currency really is. According to the project roadmap, 20% of the remaining tokens were sold in early November, which we saw was around the time that of that massive spike. HRV is a marker-listed Byte BTC designed web platform. UX Veros was released, and there was a test run of the platform that raised funds for Veros. Also in November, VRS tokens will start listing on IDAX exchange. As expected, in December 2018, Veros will launch a decentralized management system, ECO or eco-friendly high-tech store, taking pre-sale area tokens, ECO projects in the field high technology. So just from reading that, it says it is not out yet, and it is releasing pre-sale tokens. So that means that it's an ICO. It is not currently available yet for, or it is not traded publicly. And I wanted to continue to do some more research. So I have a Steemit. I love Steemit. It is an awesome platform. And I trust Steemit. And it is a place similar to Wikipedia. They're just, or Reddit, more or less, because you can post articles and discuss certain topics. So I wanted to look up what Veros was. So this was posted last year, and it said, I purchased more than 200k Veros coins. This is by XDev, when its value of USD was 0.00058, and we've seen it go up to $1.24. So that is a massive, massive, massive leap. The person who purchased 200,000 coins of Veros and bought it at half, not even maybe a tenth of a penny, a 25th of a penny, in hopes that it will go up to its previous high. It's currently at 0.0004, so it went down. A guy named Christian, who claimed to be one of the team members used to post on bitcointalk.org about VRS, he has now disappeared. Members of the bitcointalk.org are very angry and called VRS a scam. Read their comments here. One of the bitcoin.org members pointed out that the developers of the coin Axelit CLO, Michael Jewell, who is the CEO, I guess, of VRS, is a fraud. Another member writes, we need to gather all info about devs and liars to this shit and spread their names and photos everywhere on Facebook, Twitter, etc. The purpose of this is to let you know about the possible scam. So that's what I was thinking about. Like, is this potentially a scam? We saw that massive pump and dump that is similar to what happens in penny stocks. So I clicked the link, And it brought me to, I believe it is this page. Here we go. And it said, I do not want to, this was the Veros, a new crypto talk. This was, when was this? Is there a date? I can't really find a date anywhere. August 1st, 2017. So not too long ago. Yeah, over a year, but not too long ago. It said, I do not want to underestimate your expectations, but at least you can create an interesting thread for your own coin and add business value you provide. Basically, I read up everything, and I don't want to read all the curses in here. You can clearly see where they are, but basically, it was talking about this coin is a massive scam, and the people who got involved lost money, and it worked in terms of a pre-ICO and the way they scaled everything out. Then found a website like this, and it was Veros. What is Veros? And it says, just when you think you've seen it all, the world always has another surprise up its sleeve. Some surprises are great, like finding money on the ground or winning the lottery by chance, while others are nightmares, like making an investment only to find out it is a total sham. The cryptocurrency industry has opened many doors to great projects, startups, entrepreneurships, and fixing the world one altcoin-oriented project at a time. But just like anything in the universe, there is always a dark side to an industry. The cryptocurrency industry is also is definitely no exception. It is not unheard of a new and expert crypto investors to fall for what is called pump and dump cryptocurrency scam. Wow! So this is an article that I didn't even read. Now, and prior to reading it, I did call it a pump and dump. So what a peculiar correlation. Basically, the scam is where a project poses itself as something noble and worthwhile investment while really giving any clue as to what their goal is. So I wanted to know, what the heck is Veros? And as I continue to read, it says, to understand what a pump and dump investment scheme is, it looks like you may want to check out Veros and many other altcoin histories. However, while there are honest people out there trying to prevent scams, there are also users who want to cash in without facing competition. So similar to BitConnect, which I believe was the biggest scam in history of, I know, cryptocurrency, but maybe even the world, because of how much money they freaking made. It said Veros operated on the basis of massive 8-tier investment incentive scheme that wants all future investors to invite others to investing in the cryptocurrency into Veros platform, similar to BitConnect, which I did fall short of. I did think it was that too. When it sounds too good to be true, most likely is. And it is a multi-level marketing scheme similar to like Arbonne, and there are other Mary Kay, the beauty things. These are scams, guys. More or less, they're trying to just take your money. They don't really give a crap about you, so you got to be careful. It says Veros supposedly works by giving people a system of investment into their project. There are 8 tiers where one raises their tier the more money they invest. So 5% matched volume, capped 200 euros a week. Now this obviously isn't in USD. 6% matched volume, starter, elementary, apprentice, business, professional, premium, elite. Basically, you move up in terms of how much money you get people to invest under you. So basically, wrapping things up, final thoughts on Veros. This definitely not a good investment for anyone who is new to cryptocurrency. Plays on one of the typical pump and dump schemes that have sadly become common in the crypto industry. While Veros gives people the promise of worthy investments, it does not hold up to those claims in any way, shape, or form. Now, I would play this, but I'm probably going to get demonetized for whatever's on here, and I do believe it is a YouTube post, so I can't do that. So if you guys want to watch that, it's probably pretty easy to find. Just Google Veros. What is it on YouTube? But that hopefully sums up what exactly Veros is. At least to me, I would stay far, far, far away from it now that I shared this information with you. Yeah, there is money to be made in cryptocurrency, and yes, there is money to be made in Ponzi schemes. It is very easy, but most people fall victim to it, and they fall short, and they usually lose a lot. So your best bet is, if you don't know what you're doing, even if you do know what you're doing, your best bet is to stay clear of it, because you're playing with fire and you're most likely going to get burned. So hopefully that summed up to you guys what Veros is and what a Ponzi scheme, pyramid scheme is, pump and dump. But otherwise, let's move on to Litecoin. I know this episode is probably going to be a little bit longer than usual, so I'll try to sum things up pretty quick. We saw yesterday that there was a resistance at $30, $29.93 within Litecoin on its 4-hour graph. We did say, and I did quote myself yesterday, that we needed to pull back down and bounce off of support here. We needed to retest our red band or our high-low minimum moving average due to the fact that we were overbought right up here. We needed to retrace back down, enter a better market. And as you can see, price was at $29.97 when we were overbought. The current price was up at around $30 to $32, and it is not overbought. So you can see why we needed to scale back down. We used this as a support, moved up higher. There is a very, very, very small, not stable, but very small uptrend that you guys can hopefully see right there, bam, bam. And we may, at least right now in the short term, we're probably going to have a couple hours of consolidation. We're most likely going to trade out sideways. It's nice to see that we're above that $30 resistance. We're now using it as a support. So we're going to trade out sideways most definitely. You know, hopefully bounce off here and continue to move higher up. That is the short term for the Litecoin chart. For Bitcoin, Bitcoin's looking beautiful. You know, this is a daily, so not the 4 hour. The 4 hour might show some sort of retracement of being overbought. You can kind of tell by the wick that it's forming on the top of the candle, but you know, it looks like it's trying to head back up to its high-low MMA. We could probably meet it halfway at $4,600, which is still like, I think, an $800 gain from where the currency currently is. But you can see we were extremely oversold and we're now back at around 50 on its relative strength indicator. So we do have plenty of potential to move higher up. $4,600 doesn't seem that difficult or far out of reach for Bitcoin to move up to. So I do think it's nice to see that we are trying to retrace back up. It seems like we found a hard bottom at $3,000 for Bitcoin and $23 or $22.50 for Litecoin. Lastly, moving on to Ethereum, which we've also discussed in great depth before. We discussed that there is a resistance currently forming on Ethereum, and you saw the downtrend right here, and we discussed whether or not we could break through here. We broke bearish, we fell lower, we found a support at $80, unfortunately below the $100 mark, and well, this is actually $197, so a pretty big leap downwards. We're currently at 50, like I said, on the RSI, similar to Bitcoin. But what's interesting to note is we found a support at 80, and we're currently up at 105, which is a massive jump. $20 per coin. It's a pretty big freaking jump. And you can see we're currently testing resistance right here. So this is a big play for Ethereum. We're going to see whether or not we can break through here and, you know, travel upwards. If we do break through here, I think volume will inject into Ethereum, and we could, you know, match up with its daily at 180. If not, maybe in the middle at 150, at least trying to move back up to its high-low MMA. Lastly, to sum things up with XLM, we discussed in great depth yesterday XLM's charting. We saw the coin move, it broke through our 0.5 on its Elliott wave, and we tested number 3, similar in support. We had it here, here, and here for the new subs. We then decided to retrace back up, and we actually did retest the top of the resistance. So unfortunately we did break bearish through the uptrend, as you can see, but just yesterday or last night we actually shot up so much we used it as a resistance here. So I actually want to look in a little bit closer because things do look too good to be true. But believe it or not, we called this as being a resistance or a support. Sorry, you saw the support right here. We broke bearish through that, found a support back down here, and have currently shot up. And today's candle, we have retested the top of the resistance right here, this previous support. So the coin definitely looks like it has plenty of potential to move higher. We're trading at around 30 on its relative strength indicator, but it has plenty of potential to break through this resistance and move up through here. So I do think within the next couple of days, XLM is going to move back into its symmetrical triangle, its symmetrical triangle formation. You can see right here what exactly I'm referring to. You can see the previous resistance right here. See where it's retesting it right now. I do think we're going to break through. I think we're going to test out that high-low MMA. But otherwise, that's going to sum up today's episode. Hopefully that information was helpful. Like I said, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you don't miss out on any cryptocurrency news, events, articles, trading opportunities, etc. You can find the link to this crypto Litecoin accepted here shirt in the description below my Streamlabs merchandise store. Otherwise, turn on post notifications so you don't miss out, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's episode. Peace.